Alright guys, welcome back to 704 Gear, and today I'm actually going to be looking at some easy breakfast options for a bug out scenario. And obviously some of the easiest are just granola bars or grain bars and things like that, but I wanted to step it up with a hot meal because I'm retrofitting my camp bag or bug out bag or even a get home bag. This bag has been pretty stagnant for the past year, and with this channel I plan on redoing this bug out bag, so I wanted to really test out all the gear before I filled it up and bring you guys along for the ride. So let's start off with my cooking kit and see how this goes. It's going to be a learning process, and I'll appreciate all your suggestion in the comments below. But today we're going to be looking at a pretty easy breakfast option that is going to require you to bring some water with you or collect some water, and then use that pocket stove that we did a review on in the last video. I want to see how adequate that stove really is. You can see I brought water to a boil, but I want to see how long it can last today and see how well it works with actually cooking some food. So currently this is the kit I'm using. Again, leave comments in the description below if you guys have any other opportunities or ideas for this kit. Now this was a $1 stainless steel cup I picked up from like a dollar store. And again, I'm trying to do a lot of this on a budget so you guys can use the same things. Now this is that mess kit that I used earlier in the previous video to boil that water, and this is actually an aluminum option that I think I got from BUDK, but you can find them on Amazon for about $10 for the top cup and bottom pot. So that's a pretty cool option. I believe these are anodized aluminum. I'm not sure of the coating on these guys, but they seem to hold up really well to flame. But inside here I've got everything I need to cook a hot breakfast, actually a few hot breakfasts, and that is just some oatmeal packets and some tea and sweetener. And normally I'm actually going to fill these up with sugar packets because I do want the calories in a bug out scenario, not when I'm just trying to drink normal tea. Now this can be easily replaced with instant coffee, but let's set up the stove, which is conveniently located in here. I've already used one of these wax pellets, and you can buy those refills on BUDK or on Amazon as well, pretty cheap. So let's pop open the stove and fire this whole process up and cook us some breakfast and tea. To start this process, let's go ahead and light our camp stove. Now this little guy was pretty cool and it worked really well the last time. A little slow going with the light on this one, but you can see it finally caught and it is now flaming up. So let's start off with this small pot. It takes about 2/3 of a cup of water to cook your oatmeal, but we're just going to kind of guesstimate and pour everything in. Now there are a few ways to do it. You can pour the oatmeal in first and then pour the water and cook until it kind of comes to a boil, or you can boil the water and pour your oatmeal in separate. But let's try to bring that water to a boil, and maybe not necessarily like a raging boil, but just enough. Pour a little bit in here. Well, this one is going really fast this morning, a lot faster than the other night, and somebody suggested a windshield, and there is almost zero wind this morning, so you can tell the flame is going directly to the pot, heating up that water. Also, I think I have just a little bit less water in than I did before, but you could tell the stove is working really well. In a minute, I'm going to go ahead and pour the oatmeal in here, and we'll cook it up and see how it tastes. Then I'm going to cook a pot of hot tea, and that should be a pretty nice hot breakfast in a bug out scenario. That'll really kind of warm your bones and get you going in the morning. All right. Didn't take too long at all to get it to a pretty nice boil. So let's pour the oatmeal in. And right now I'm using these cheap plastic spoons that I threw in there because that's what I had, but it may be pretty neat if you guys suggest options for utensils in the comments below, and I'm going to go around and look. I've got a few of those old Boy Scout camping ones. Let's pull this off the flame. That will give a try. So I've got a few of those, you know, those spork and knife and spoon that all kind of folds out. So let's see how well this cup does on here. I'm not sure if it even stand on there. So no, it looks like it's falling down on that flame. So I may have to kind of clamp in the edges a little bit to see if it can hold that pot, or boil the water in a separate aluminum pot which that's probably what I'll do for the video. Put this second pot on here. Boil the water in that guy, and then I'll make the tea from there. But this is shaping up to be pretty good. It's thickening up. Give it about a minute, and I think that'll be ready. Might be a little bit too much water in there, but this is all a learning experience. That is pretty cool. Alright guys, well the oatmeal is ready. It's thickened up and it's still really piping hot, so it's actually pretty darn good. I've taken a few bites, and let's go ahead and pour the hot water, which we have a little bit of the pellet left, you can see. You can see it's definitely steaming. I never really brought it quite to a boil, but I don't know if that's 100% necessary for the tea. Now, you could probably bring this water to a boil if you didn't put so much in, if you had to drink something that was out of a creek or a stream or something you didn't trust. But this was just water that I already had packed in and hiked in, so that is a good option if you just want to heat up some hot tea in the morning and cook some oatmeal for a good bug out breakfast. This little pocket stove can get the job done. And that is pretty cool. Definitely something better than just a cereal bar. Having something like this or a cup of hot coffee in the morning is really nice to get you going. So I hope this gives you some ideas for a bug out bag option that's small, compact, cheap, and lightweight that will really get you going in the morning. And if this kind of cools down, you can put it back over there and kind of heat it back up for a little bit more. So this stove is working out really well, and I feel like this is going to be a great option for my camp bag. So again, I hope this gives you some high value options that you can use. And if you have some other ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.